Good morning, everyone. This is NC Floor Guys. Today we're going to do a repair on a site finish floor. For this project, we have already on the floor a 2 1/4 red oak select. And you can see from this picture that the client had a triangular shaped bookcase and it caused a lot of damage to the floor along this edge. And when they removed the bookcase, they wanted to get rid of that damage. So that's what we're going to do. So the first step in the process is to take some blue tape and run this blue tape exactly along the edges of the individual boards. This is going to create a repair area that visually disappears once we sand it and finish it. It's very tedious and slow to get this tape down right, but doing so makes all the difference in the finished work. All right, once I've got that tape down, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of trowelable wood putty and fill in the cracks and nail holes and any other defects that I don't really like. As soon as that dries, what I'm going to do is take a palm sander and I'm going to run that along the edges as close as I can get to that blue tape without touching the blue tape. If you touch the blue tape, that palm sander is going to tear off little chunks of that paper and your line won't be straight and crisp, which is what we want. So don't go all the way up to the line, just a little bit off of it, and this will make a really nice finished product and also make the tedious cleaning by hand reduced to a minimum. We're going to be using 80 grit sandpaper for this entire project. So after you run your orbital around all the edges, it should look something kind of like this. All right, now next, we're going to go ahead and continue using the orbital, and we're going to go ahead and clean up the field area in between those edges. After we've completed this step, we're going to take a scraper and a piece of 80 grit sandpaper, and we're going to slowly and carefully scrape away that last bit of finish along that blue tape. And you got to be careful not to tear the tape here because you want a nice straight clean edge. So take your time, just do a little bit at a time and get right up to that edge. And then after you scrape that off, just go behind it quickly with the sandpaper with the grain and make sure it's nice and smooth right up to the edge of the blue tape. And then that only leaves the larger wood to be sanded, the larger field. Now here you see an example of a tool that we use called an edger. Now this is a $2,000 tool. If you're just doing a home repair at the house, you're not going to want to go out and buy one of these. You can rent them at rental stores and also Home Depot. Or you can also use the palm sander to go ahead and clean off that entire field area and get it nice and smooth up to 80 grit. That does work just fine, but it's a little bit slower. And when you complete this step, the project should look just like this. All the wood is totally sanded down, the stain's gone, finish is gone, right up to the edge of the blue tape, nice and neat. Then all you have to do is vacuum it or tack it with a damp cloth and apply your stain. I don't have a picture of that here. I'm just assuming that you've already got the stain to match. If not, just match it by trial and error, get as close as you can. We rag on and then rag off that stain. The only thing left to do at that point is put down your finish. In this case, we're using a waterborne finish called Mega by Bona Chemie. We're applying it with a cut-in pad, which is a synthetic applicator, and we're using a satin sheen. And the great thing about this finish is it dries really fast. So you can get 3 coats of top finish down in one day, no problem. So just take your time, be sure you get right up to the edge of the tape but not over it, and cover the entire area 100%. So after you cover the area 100%, it'll still be wet. Go ahead and carefully pull off your blue tape. This way the finish will dry right along those edges, nice and clean, and disappear, and you won't even be able to tell where the repair area was. The finished product should look something like this. Good luck with your flooring project.